Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Rajah Dubuis Easy Diver Chronograph. You can see this 46mm Geneva Seal chronograph diver and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally full pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is an imposing and mammoth timepiece. I always bring out the best in a watch when I review it, but I also try to be very honest about sizing and fit. And you can see that relative to my wrist size, 16 centimeters, 6.3 inches in circumference, this watch is simply overpowering. This is best regarded as a true peer to something like a 44mm Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, one of the higher-end Harry Winston Ocean watches, far above the echelon of what you would expect from a typical Hublot, but perhaps in line with some of the Unico in-house caliber Hublot King Power and Big Bang watches, because this watch, frankly, is finished to a level befitting its sheer scale, each in proportion. I would say your wrist has to be perhaps 17.5 centimeters minimum to wear this watch, but trust me, if bigger is better, you're getting perhaps the best there is right here. This is almost too much of a good thing for my wrist, and you can see 46mm across the broad of the case. That's from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, not including the immense pushers and crown. The watch is fairly slim considering its size. Now, this watch measures 15mm in thickness, but you can see with the slope of the case flank and the slope of the conical bezel, it really does slide easily underneath a formal cuff, provided everything is in proportion. A big cuff on a big wrist for a big watch. It's across the broad where this watch is really overpowering. 58mm from lug to lug. Consider that this one of 888 limited series is designed for 888 exceptionally large wrists, and you can see that there really is quite a bit of cantilever with the lugs sort of hanging out over both sides of my wrist. A beautiful watch, a big watch, a watch for a wrist in proportion to its size. But everything that touches the wrist, and like I said, there's a lot to love, is of the highest quality. First things first, Rajah Dubuis uses an interesting triple lug system for some of these immense timepieces that it sells, with the reason that a broad strap is necessary to keep the watch from torquing side to side on the wrist. Rajah Dubuis fixes the strap in place with screws, far more secure than spring bars, and it features a intermediate lug to help keep the center of the strap anchored firmly against the flank of the case. The result is extreme security. The watch doesn't want to move around on the wrist. It also creates a unique aesthetic with triple polished lugs, and because it does have an integrated end piece, which is to say there's no gap between case and the end of the strap, it creates a very coherent and integrated look on the wrist. Now, the strap is of exceptional quality, scored for a little bit of visual articulation. It does thin out considerably toward the bottom for souplesse against the wrist. There is a wonderful double deployant clasp with inset Rajah Dubuis Easy Diver nomenclature, and even the inside of the clasp, if you can see it here, if you can just see it in the light of my light box, is beautifully finished, even on its inside. No raw machined surface, and even the interior of the clasp shell features a recurring RD motif. Now, the dial of this watch is exceptional and explosive. Guilloche cut, you can see that there is a sort of segmentation that separates the bronzed and somewhat metallic grained dial from its individual components, which are both concentrically circular and sectored as they splay out from center. You can see there's quite a bit of color going on this dial, with red, beautiful rich cobalt blue. There's that sort of bronze gold and of course silver applied indices. It's a handsome watch dial, and it has the kind of visual impact that's absolutely necessary when you have a case this extrovert, this flamboyant and outgoing. You need a dial that can match the case and not be overpowered by it, and here we have that. We also have clever use of carbon fiber as an accent. You'll see in the hollowed flanks of the lugs themselves, there are carbon fiber inserts, and to create that visual seamless break, the transition from black rubber strap to the flank of the case, Rajah Dubuis uses some small carbon fiber inserts, so there's a lot of material fusion, to borrow a phrase from Hublot, going on here, but unlike Hublot, the standard of execution is Geneva Seal, and that brings us to the caliber. Now, this is the Rajah Dubuis caliber RD56. So what you're looking at is a highly evolved version of the old Lamagna 2310 caliber used by Rajah Dubuis, by Breguet, by Vacheron Constantin, and Patek Philippe over time. Column wheel, very traditional, 21 joules. You can see it's a stately 18,000 vibration per hour beat rate, and it's protected inside a case that allows 300-meter hermeticity. So this one you can truly take snorkeling, shallow diving, all kinds of water sports with Geneva seal finishing quality, gorgeous rounded anglage of the bridges. There's beautiful polished screw heads with chamfered slots and polished pilots beneath their threaded stalks. It's even finished where you can't see these components. That's why I like to say that these Geneva seal movements have 25 Swiss franc screws, and of course everything executed to the highest standard. The look, the tradition, the finishing standards of the movements may seem to be a little bit at odds with the extrovert modernist character of the case, but that's what you get from Rajah Dubuis, a fusion of the avant-garde with the highly traditional. It's a unique combination and one that makes for a very compelling aesthetic and technical package. You can see and you can purchase this Easy Diver chronograph on our website.